Barbara and Kevin's, they took it right there in the hallway. They did the deal in the hallway.
It was done.
They never did come back into the tank. I mean, it's always something new. And Barbara looked over at Kevin. I thought this was funny. When the guys went out in the hallway, they said, Barbara looked at Kevin and says, "Isn't that against the rules?"
Right.
And Kevin says,
"There are no rules."
Okay, there are no rules. And you know what? There really isn't. You know, and if it's good TV and it's really working, hey, you know what? They're gonna let that stay, baby. That's the fun part. You know, have a little fun. And anyway, they did the deal with Rohan and Lori for, I guess, $500,000 for 20%. They never. That's what you had to surmise out of the whole thing. But it was one of those things where the Sharks were after it, and Kevin says, I guess the Sharks have gone to groveling or whatever, but
Mark said that, begging and groveling. He said, I didn't know this was how this had, the Shark Tank has transformed to a bunch of sharks begging and groveling.
He said he's not doing
the last jab in there.
Yeah, speaking of Mark, I saw on Instagram the other day, I follow all those guys, and they have some pretty interesting posts on Instagram, but they asked Mark what was his favorite moment on Shark Tank, and he said, my favorite moment is when back in the first time I appeared here and I was a guest shark and I just crushed all of them. That was my favorite moment.
Gracious.
He did change the game, regardless of ego. He did take the show to a new level. He started throwing in all these shot clocks and all this other silly stuff, and it expanded the rules. Like he started breaking the rules, like Kevin was talking about, and it turned out to be he decided to stick around. I guess he thought he was having too much fun. But anyway, now let me ask you this: do you remember the episode where Robert Herjavec did the deal for the buttercloth shirts?
Yeah, I think I actually co-hosted that episode with you.
I think you did too. I thought you did. Have you ever seen one of the shirts or touched one of them?
I have not. I want to, because it reminded me of that episode and the reaction that especially Robert had to it and all the other sharks, that it was like butter. And that was, I guess, the reason why they named it that.
They make you feel like the shirt is just absolutely wonderful feeling. They give you the impression. It's a really great marketing thing. I love all the colors and the designs. I think it's unique. I think the product itself is a really cool thing. Robert did a deal with this gentleman from Vietnam in season 10, and he said that 7 months after Shark Tank, he had done $3 million in sales and sold 30,000 shirts.
Oh yeah,
and you just have to like that guy, man. I mean, how can you not like a guy like that who has so much passion? He's so excited, and he had such respect and love for his parents. And he mentioned especially his mom, how she had she wouldn't let him stop dreaming, would she?
Mm-hmm. That was sweet to have them there at the pop-up shop.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen one of the shirts out there? Have you put one on?
No, I haven't. But I tell you what, it's occurred to me several times. I've seen some ads pop up on social media and everything for them, and I'm a pretty big guy. I would think that a man as svelte as you would probably fit right into one of these. I'm not sure if they'd fit me or not, but I would love to try, because I like a nice, comfortable shirt. Especially the older I get, the more comfortable I want to be. So
absolutely. Well, if you do the math, that's about $100 a shirt. So I don't know how the cost varies, if they're all $100, but.
Yeah, I think I did price them one time, and I saw that they were around the $100 mark and all that. So that'd be kind of I mean, that's a little more than I spend probably.
Yeah.
I don't usually spend that much on a shirt, but it might be just the thing. You never know. But anyway, congratulations to Buttercloth for a great update. I love this mother and daughter team that came out. Kelly,
a little community theater in there.
Oh, they really liked her too. She must have been really charming, because they weren't rolling their eyes. They were like they were having fun along with them, kind of thing. And but Kelly and Ellen Ellen McAllister, and Kelly's last name is Higney, I think, Higney. So I'm not gonna try and blow that. But Ellen's the daughter, Kelly's the mom, I believe. But they came out and they were a little bit cloak and dagger, and they did a little, like you said, what'd you say, drama theater, comedy theater, something?
Community theater,
yeah. And they were demonstrating all of the issues that go along with being in a place where there's a lot of mosquitoes and wasp and getting bit by any kind of insect, I guess, that puts venom in your skin, and makes a whelp and that sort of thing. And they at the end of their pitch, they said, "Go get that bug bite thing," right? And I guess they. I'm very interested to hear what you say about this. That's why I'm introducing this. But the bug bite thing is a device that literally sucks the saliva and venom that a mosquito or whatever insect. I guess they have mosquitoes, bees, wasp, ants, and other biting insects is what they had. I wrote that down. And but this little device sucks that out, and they showed this great before and after picture of this little boy, and within an hour or so, his whelps and stuff were going away because they'd sucked out the reason for the problem, the pain, the whelp. They sucked that out, and it was just, you clean it and reuse it, and it was a really cool idea. I'm looking forward to talking about where they come up with the idea and how they did it. But I want to ask you first about the name. What'd you think of the name?
Well, anytime you can name a product in the language that a customer would say, then it's catchy. And they did the little kind of who's on first Abbott and Costello thing back and forth with them about what's the name of the product. It's the bug bite thing. That's what I mean. What is the bug bite thing? It's the bug bite thing. And, it's a little play on words, but again, it's easy to remember. It's not some fancy pants name. It makes sense. It's what somebody would call it. And I thought it was pretty creative. And the way that they discovered the product was interesting too, and they were very intelligent about the way they went about it.
Yeah, it was it was one of those pitches that you're sitting on the fence thinking, which way is this going to go? Is this going to go south, or is this going to turn out to be good? Because a lot of times the simpler things can go either way. I thought the name was incredibly clever, and it would be what you would ask for. Hey, listen, I just got bit by a mosquito. Go get that bug bite thing. And it would. I wouldn't forget that. You know what I'm saying? It was great. They were asking for $150,000 for 10%, which was pretty humble ask for versus what we normally hear nowadays in the Shark Tank. It was pretty reasonable, and. But she moved down to Florida from somewhere else in the country. I can't remember where.
California.
Yeah, California. And then she all of a sudden was, face to face with these giant mosquitoes down in Florida, and was dealing with this. And then somebody had one of these, and she used it. And they very proactively contacted the manufacturer of this product in Denmark. And they were able to get the exclusive rights to sell that product in the United States, and which I thought was just very impressive. That they were able to make that happen, and even further than that, they did $500,000 last year, and in the first 5 months of the year they were recording, which was last year, they had done 800,000, expected to do 2 million with an 80% margin. They were, I guess, with the whole thing packaged was about $2, and they're selling them for $9.95. And they just happened to be in 7,000 locations across the country. Not bad, huh?
Not bad. It was interesting how they, I guess the daughter was on a conference call or something and mentioned it, and somebody on that call knew about this product, and they're bringing the product in without the packaging, and then they're putting it in the package and designing the package here and putting that together themselves. I mean, that's just some pretty pretty traditional hustle approach for figuring out relief to a universal issue in many parts of the country. And it was just smart all the way around.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was there evidently in one of the pharmacies, which is probably Walgreens or CVS. They didn't say what it was. Well, let me ask you this: they said that they did not have a patent on this, and of course there wasn't any royalties because they were just the company in Denmark was getting their money out of that $1.53 they were buying them for. So it was a really clean, real clean approach to this whole thing. And but they didn't have a patent. It didn't seem to bother anybody that they didn't. I would think this could be knocked off, don't you?
I don't think so. I mean, certainly they have an agreement with this company in Denmark for the exclusive rights to the U.S., but that doesn't mean a knockoff couldn't come in and be in the market. I think you read all sorts of research about the first to enter a market gets X% of the share, and then the second place person can chip away at it, but they'll never reach the first. I think saturating the market, getting the name out there, getting a big head start with other, getting that product out there and having it be known was probably what they were looking for the Sharks' interest in. And they didn't express any concern about the patent, but appeared to be just a plastic device that not a lot of mechanics to it, and wouldn't be that hard for somebody to rip it off.
Yeah, I thought so too. But at the same time, they did have a big jump. Being in 7,000 stores, and the Sharks loved it. I thought it was a great idea. The volume was good. Like I said, it was nothing that that anybody could get upset about. And once again, all the Sharks, there was nobody that was really going out. There weren't anybody saying, "No, I'm out. I'm not interested." And they did, like I mentioned, talk about the fact that they were pleased that they had a accurate valuation for their company.
Right. And they thought it was refreshing.
Yeah, and so I think this is a pretty nice model for somebody to look at. I always wonder what they want to do with the money, and Mark pegged it when he said that they needed help with the organizational side. The business was growing, and they're packaging these things themselves, so therefore they need some help getting organized. And when you're going to $2 million in sales and beyond, it's starting to become a whole lot like work. Packaging that many products. I haven't done the math, but on what $2 million and $9.95, that's a lot. I'm not even going to worry about it, but it's a whole lot of these items. Each one of them has to be packaged. So anyway, here's how it went. I mean, Rohan came in. He was excited. He said he gave them exactly what they're asking for. All right, $150,000 for 10%. And Barbara, she upped it. She said, "I'll give you $200,000 for 10%." Kevin said, "I'll give you $150,000 for 6% and give me $1 royalty." That was his deal. Lori came in and said, "I'll give you $150,000 for 10%, but I'm going to give you my golden ticket."
Yeah, I gotta ask you, what in the world is the golden ticket?
Well, yeah, and all the other Sharks rolled their eyes, and Kevin said, "I've got this magic pen. I'll sign the." They're all making fun of her, and here's the thing: I was thinking that a golden ticket would be. This is what I'm thinking while I'm watching it. I'm thinking a golden ticket would be something that if they didn't have any offers. If she's trying to get the deal and she's already got 3 offers on the table. They do, and then she comes in with her golden ticket. I'm thinking, what kind of leverage does a golden ticket have in this scenario? And but anyway, Mark and Barbara are getting together, going to go in together and do this deal, and then and then Robert and Kevin are going to go together, and then before any of that can materialize, she picks Lori. They pick Lori. Our golden ticket won. So that shows how smart I am, right? I mean, what do I know? I mean, obviously, I have to believe that they wanted her anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they mentioned something that on the way out of the Shark Tank, but
Well, you know,
I was hoping you would have some explanation about the golden ticket, like it gets them more attention from her during the process, or I don't know what it is. You know, it was just, I think they did want her to be